All right, we're now continuing our conversation this morning with East Texas Hockey Club founder Justin Duplantis, who of course we interviewed earlier this morning. Justin, thanks for taking the time to come in here. So I want to start off, just explain about the organization a little bit, how it came about, how you became involved in it, and how you guys were able to recruit all these kids and adults into the organization. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a slow burn. I think our rink is fairly small we've been playing out of, so 85 by 60 as opposed to like a full-size 180 by 80. So it's been a kind of a slow burn where we're trying to tease out the program a little bit. I think with this news coverage we'll probably grow a bit faster now, but it's been a slow process, and the vast majority of our program is not from Winsboro, ironically. So we're based out of Winsboro, but about 80% of our program is based outside of the city. So we have people from Tyler, Longview, Royce City, Lindale, Greenville, kind of all over coming into our program. And it's been mainly by word of mouth. We have a pretty decent presence on Facebook. My wife has started an Instagram recently. I'm not social media savvy, so she's created an Instagram. We have one of our captains of our 10 and under team. She created a TikTok. So yeah, we have some presence now on social, but mainly it's just been Facebook and trying to kind of get the word out there that way. I've handed out flyers at the local schools once. This was a couple years ago. We got a little bit of traction from that, but definitely been a slow burn. We've been around for about 2.5 years now, and as the program started to grow, start getting communication. We've got Brian Jaguar, who's one of our coaches locally. He's originally Canadian, and he's come and helped coach. And we've got Hunter Burkett, who's one of our coaches as well. He grew up actually in East Texas, playing out of East Texas inline hockey, and kind of came full circle, and now his kids play. So it's been a great experience to have multiple people from the area come in and help out. So it's definitely not a one-man show. And when it comes with hockey, though, you know, a lot of people aren't thinking of hockey here in East Texas. Maybe, sure, of course, hockey up north in states like Minnesota, Michigan, stuff like that. How are you guys continuing to grow this sport and people and parents and kids, their love for this sport that, again, is continuing to grow youthfully across the United States? Yeah, what's interesting is the demographic that you see playing hockey up north is completely different than the demographic you see playing here. We're actually about 65% female, so that's been a huge shock for me. Didn't expect there to be so many girls involved, but we have a large majority of our program is girls, and most of our kids do not play any other sport. So we do have some that are, you know, multi-sport athletes, but for the most part, it's the kids that, you know, don't really fit into like the football or the rodeo or the fishing team type of kind of mold. And they said, you know what, this is something new and different. Let me give it a try. And so that's mainly the kids that we have within our program. And it's also kind of like football in a way. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think, you know, it's physical. It's a physical sport, and the girls are really embracing that. Most of our girls are the physical ones compared to the boys, actually. So they're able to get a lot of rough and tumble in there, but definitely a physical sport, but very safe. I think that's something that I want to make sure that we're talking about, because I think there's a misconception. You know, you see hockey players, they're missing teeth. Well, all of our kids have full cages. They're in full pads. You know, we've had very, very few injuries or issues. I've been playing hockey since I was 10 years old, and I have all my teeth. So I think there's definitely those misconceptions out there that I want to stomp. Well, when it comes with your current situation, kind of talk about that. Of course, we're all aware of that here at KETK Fox 51 News, but talk about what happened with your guys' previous hockey rink where you guys were playing at, or facility, and what you guys are looking for right now with this GoFundMe, and what you guys are looking to build with that. Yeah, so basically we've been playing at a skating rink that was built back in the 70s, 80s. It was abandoned for about a decade. We found the owner, was able to get a lease agreement with him. Unfortunately, he's looking to repurpose the facility, I think into a restaurant, but I'm not really sure. So we're getting booted. In the interim, we're going to be playing out of a gymnasium basketball court, basically. So it'll work for now for sure, but our main goal is to build our own facility, starting off with probably an outdoor rink, but we do want to do full size, so a full size 180 by 80, and then eventually enclosing it and having a fully AC'd heated facility for the community to enjoy. So not just for hockey, but for pickleball and for indoor soccer and birthday parties, and have it as a community center. Obviously, Winsboro has very little to do in the city, so we really want to bring something for the whole community to enjoy, and not just for Winsboro, but everyone in the surrounding areas. Because I had mentioned before, about 80% of our program is from outside the city. When it comes with the GoFundMe, I believe you talked about it earlier. It's about $5,000 now raised from the public. What is your guys' goal right now as we speak?
Yeah, we're hoping to get $60,000 to do an outdoor rink. So that's goal one. For an indoor rink, we're looking at around $360,000. So it's a pretty big hill to climb. We're hoping that some of the larger businesses may step in. We're happy to have a really large organization step in, and we can name the facility after them. We're open to those ideas and talking to larger organizations if they want to do a larger sponsorship. But the main objective right now, let's get an outdoor rink put together. The cost of that, the facility will be about a $1.5 million facility, but we're able to reduce the cost down to $360,000 because of the community involvement. So we have a plumber that's going to do all the work for free. We have an electrician doing all the work for free. We've got a concrete person that's going to be giving us an 80% discount on that. So we have lots of the community members, although we don't have a ton of money right now as far as in the GoFundMe compared to what our goal is. We have a lot of help on the labor side of things that's really going to push us far.
Well, I still think it's an incredible start because you guys only announced it, I think, a couple weeks ago there on GoFundMe. When it comes with that, with everybody trying to chip in here in East Texas, everybody knows East Texans being very, very friendly and helping each other out, even though they probably never have met them. And especially an organization like this where maybe they have never heard of the East Texas Hockey Club. But what does it say about East Texans that they're willing to help you out and all of the people, kids and adults that you guys continue to serve and continue to try to build up as they continue to try to get better at hockey? Yeah,
I think what's interesting is as the GoFundMe donations come in, I can see who it is that's donating and recognize lots of names, right? Lots of names from the community, lots of names from the program, but our largest donation came from somebody that I don't know. I don't know the name, I'm not familiar with who they are, and they also donated anonymously. So I can see the name, but no one else can, nor will I share that information because they want it to be anonymous. But it was a very generous donation, and we were quite surprised and emotional about it, my wife and I, when we received it late one night. So.
When it comes with if the money is raised, there's no, I'm guessing, plans yet to where it would exactly be built. You mentioned outside, but there's no word yet on that?
Yeah, so we're looking at some different options. We've been approached by a couple different individuals that said we could use their property. I think our main mentality right now is, do we formulate some sort of lease agreement with someone that owns the property, or do we go ahead and try to purchase our own property and build? So I think we're trying to weigh our options. I think right now the main focus is let's get the fundraising done so we can get the funds in the door so that when that time comes, we're ready to just execute all together.
How can you guys continue to grow hockey here in East Texas? Because like I mentioned, it's not the first thing people think about when it comes to a sport. Basketball, football, baseball, even soccer. Are probably all the four sports that are mentioned. But hockey is not something I was expecting to hear when I first heard about this story in this GoFundMe. Talk about how you guys and others continue to work expanding that sport and making it grow for the youth and maybe some adults as well.
Yeah, sure. So I think the key is we don't have a hockey culture in East Texas. We just don't. I think there's some people that have migrated here from other parts of the country that definitely are diehard hockey fans. But our key is making sure we're introducing it slowly to the community. So one thing that's really exciting, that this is the first time I've announced it, but we've just recently became partners with the NHL with a program called NHL Street. So NHL Street is a ball hockey program where you're on your feet playing kind of like it's called deck hockey, but basically on your feet with a ball. That's a great way to introduce the community to hockey, because a lot of people don't even know how to skate right now. And I think that's our biggest obstacle, is the learn to skate. So we started learn to skate class about 8 months ago or so, and that's been going extremely well. We've had over 30 kids in the learn to skate class over the past 6 weeks. So that's growing exponentially. So I think just having that class where they can learn to skate, having a class where they're able to go and play on their feet is going to be a huge step forward to migrating those together and being able to make an inline hockey player out of those players.
What are parents saying who are involved with their kids, and most importantly, what are kids saying on how they like it?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely a community, a tight-knit community, right? So the other thing that's interesting is the vast majority of our players are homeschool. So this is an opportunity for them to come and do that socialization in addition to the co-ops that they're involved in. So about 80 to 85% of our program is actually homeschool. So the vast majority of our kids are homeschool. They're coming from different areas. They're able to have that community and grow. And so it's not just the hockey that they're enjoying, but the community that they've created and the relationships they built. We're definitely trying to create more programs not just within the hockey world, but also outside of it, so they can bond and have and build those relationships. So we actually went to the Dallas Stars game recently as a community. I think we had 15 or so people that participated in that. So we're trying to do activities outside of just the hockey rink.
I think it's really cool. My final question for you, Justin, is there anything else you want people to know here in East Texas that might see this or see your GoFundMe and your guys' story right now about the organization, about the club, and what you guys plan and hope to do for the future?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we're a completely free program. So I know there's lots of asterisks on free, but there's no asterisks here. It's a completely free program. We have practices for free. We have gear and skates that the community can use for free that have been donated or purchased by myself. We have tournaments. The tournaments are completely free. You know, we obviously say, look, if you want to donate, then that's great, but everything is completely free about this program. When we build this facility, you know, this $1.5 million facility that our goal is, and that's what we're going to do. We don't know the time frame, but it's going to happen. When that's built, hockey will continue to be free. We will fund hockey in a different way, but it will 100% always be free. I committed that to the community when I first started the program, and that will continue on. So there's no risk. Try it out. Come out. If it doesn't work out and if it's not your thing, totally fine. But I would just encourage parents to bring their kid. It's a great community. It's, again, a completely free program, which there's hardly anything to do for free anymore. Bring your kids out, try it out. If it doesn't work, it's not for everyone.
And I would say learning how to skate might be the hardest part of it all.
Sure.
Playing hockey. I never played, but I could not skate when I would go to the ice skating rinks back home in Pennsylvania. But Justin, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For coming and talking to us here. I certainly appreciate it.